welcome back to Return to Shironagasu Island, where we're now going to the recording closet. Yes, recording closet. Let's start then. This shouldn't take much of your time. Oh, I think I'd actually save this for this. Let's start with before and after the incident. First of all, could you tell me about what you did before and after Thomas is burnt to death? Please explain in detail, without omitting anything. Alright. I went to the dining hall with the young lady before lunch. It started at noon. I recall that nothing unusual happened at that time. After you arrived at the dining hall, as I'm asking the question, Nanako pokes my arm. Yeah, you have to ask her about something. I guess I had gone back to get something, so she arrived in the dining hall later than Akari. Nanako whispers. This to me is, and I remember it. Right, I almost forgot. What about keeping a good work tape recorder? As I can feel I can feel daggers shooting out of Nanaka's eyes. I ask Gessel again. As I recall, you arrived at the hall later than Akari. Because you went back to get some, didn't you? What did you get back? What did you go back for? My apologies. I forgot about that. Just before I arrived at the hall with the young lady, I considered the fact that there would be an important announcement made, so I went back to retrieve my notebook. The young lady arrived first, and I came 10 minutes later. The notebook, huh? So everyone arrived in the hall in the following order: Thomas, Nanako, and I, Kari, and Gessel. Please think carefully when you went back to the hall with your notepad. Did you notice anything strange about the corridor or the bridge? No. Looking back, I didn't recall there being anything strange about the corridor or the bridge. Were those iron doors open or were they closed? I remember that they were open when I was together with the young lady. When I returned from my room, the doors were also open on both sides. I see. Doors were still open when you returned. When we went to the dining hall for lunch, they were closed, although Abby was supposed to have kept them open and locked in place after that. In other words, if your testimony is correct, someone closed the doors after you went to the hall. There must have been a reason for closing the iron doors. Was whoever closed them also Thomas's killer? Okay, we have to keep on asking. It's best to check. After you went through the corridor, did you immediately go to the dining hall? Yes. I immediately went to the dining hall. I was there the entire time. After that, I went out without leaving my seat. I glanced at Nanako. She hesitantly nods to me. It appears that Gessel's testimony is true. Thank you. everything is clear. Could you tell me what happened when you discovered Thomas's body? When we left the hall, we walked through the corridor and arrived at the bridge. I remember that at this point, both doors, the one on the side of the mansion and the one to the guest room wing, were closed. So, when you open the doors on the side of the guest room building, who discovered Thomas first? It was the young lady who felt that something was amiss, and discovered Mr. Higgerton. Higgerton? Higgerson? I don't know how to say his last name. I was considering on turning the iron door's wheel, so I saw him a moment later. Could you tell me how Akari reacted at that time? The young lady initially believed that there was a fire due to the scorches and black smoke coming out of the corridor. Shortly after, she discovered Mr. Higgerton laying aside. Alas, and she appeared to be very shaken. When I noticed there was something unusual in the corridor, I immediately understood the situation and kept the young lady away from the door. The young lady's face became pale, and I was afraid that she could faint at any moment. I remember Akari being very upset at the time. Even a strong-willed girl wouldn't be able to bear such a sight. Weren't you upset seeing the murder scene? I was forced to protecting the young lady, so I did not really pay attention to it. I am required to remain calm under any circumstances to assist the young lady, so I try to control my emotions as much as possible. I see. Thank you. That was very helpful. As different from Akari's recollection of the events, but Gissel also has a very cool head and a character. Gissel appears to be able to remain cool at all all circumstances. I can say she is an iron lady. In any case, I'm beginning to understand the situation a little. Perfect! Now we get to know about the other part of the story a bit better. Now we have to ask about the freaking island. I'd like to ask you about Shironagasu Island. Any trivial rumor you may have heard? It's fine, so please tell me if you know anything. Unfortunately, I do not know a lot about Shironagasu Island. I only know that it is an island with first-class facilities that can only be visited by certain people. No, wait a minute. Akari appears to know something, which means you should have heard some dark stories about the island from her as well as I am, right? Guess I'll remain silent. She obviously knows something. She's not talking. For full disclosure, I have heard some stories about the island from the young lady. However, that's all I can say about them. I am duty-bound to keep what I hear confidential. This is an important investigation into the murder case, isn't it? But You still won't tell me. If you want to hear about them, you should ask the young lady yourself. However, I cannot guarantee that she will talk to you. Gessel is hard. Is a hard nut to crack. I don't think we can convince her to tell us about the island's secrets. I think I've heard enough about the murder. I would like to know about her background. This is only for reference. You're in service of the Edgeworth family. Am I correct? Yes, that is correct. To be precise, I am the personal attendant of Miss Akai Edgeworth. Tell me how you entered into the service of the Edgeworth family. Apparently, due to the young lady's strong temper, her previous attendant did not last very long. I was originally an employee in the Edgeworth mansion, but fortunately the young lady took a liking to me and requested me to be her personal attendant. I see. It certainly must be difficult to be able to withstand Akari's temper for very long. I can see why. It's unusual to see her get so well with her face, but if I consider Gessel indifferent attitude, the two of them might have compatible personalities. One more question. My apologies if I'm prying too much, but your skin color is quite exotic. What's her ancestry? No need to apologize. I'm from England, but my grandmother was from India, so I am a quarter Indian. That's why my skin is slightly dark. I see. Indian. I learned that Indian was colonized by the United Kingdom and is a part of the Commonwealth. Alright, I think I've asked what I wanted to hear. There's one thing I'd like to try, though. Thank you very much. You've been a great help. That's all I wanted to ask. You can leave now. I wind up in the conversation and tell Gessel I'll leave when out of the blue. I say. Oh, I almost forgot. You know, somebody told me that they saw you release the locking mechanisms of the iron doors. What? What? That I released the door's mechanisms. They must be mistaken. I didn't touch the doors. I tried to make false testimonies to see if she would become flustered, but judging from her reaction, Gessel's testimony certainly appears to be credible. Oh, don't worry about it. The person who told me that wasn't quite sure about it. They probably misremembered it. Thank you for cooperating. And she's like right there going, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Oh, that took less time than I expected. Also, it surprised you. Gessel, what did you talk about in there? Tell me. That girl, she was trying to eavesdrop on us after all. Guess guess I made the right decision to use the soundproof communication room. Akari, I want to hear your own version of events. No talking to Gessel before that. Come on. And I want to get started right away. Why, you? I've decided that I do not like you. Not like you after all. And I don't care. I'm an officer, and that's it. Young lady, I will be waiting outside. Please let me know if there's anything you need. May help with. Yes, I'll be sure to scream loudly when he's about to assault me. Motherfucker, do you really think all Americans are like that? You bitch! Fucking asshole! Don't flatter yourself, young lady. Hurry up and come inside. If you don't mind, I'd like to sit down. Is that alright? Oh yeah, there's a fucking chair right there. Fucking take it. It's not my issue. You're gonna be interrogated regardless. Of course. This chair is wobbly. Whenever you begin. Of course. And from here, I think this is the best time to kind of end the episode. So, I hope all you guys have a great wonderful time and a great day too. We're gonna get to more answers as soon as we can. So, I hope all you guys have a great wonderful time and a great day too, and I'm gonna question what the fuck I'm gonna do.